Happy Thanksgiving, Canada. I'm pretty sure today's the day, at least according to the calendars I have. Hope you had a great weekend too. Celebrating with all of your cakes and candies and deep fried everything and very heavy gravy rich. I'm sounding weird saying all these things, but whenever I look up Canadian recipes, most of them are sweets and desserts. Like the good, at least 70 to 90% of the recipes are sweets and desserts, and then everything else tends to lean towards the thick gravy or deep fried, or just something that's like, how do you guys not have the reputation that Americans have when it comes to all that food? I mean, I know we do the weirder stuff, but you guys living up to your Scottish heritage. I mean, man, I read up something about like just the different backgrounds of countries, and it's like, yes, Americans have all of this and that because of we have XYZ heritage, and then Canada has a lot of this because of their Scottish heritage, and this being deep fried things, and which apparently the Scots are very famous for. I didn't really know that at the time either, so I was pretty impressed. So yeah, happy Thanksgiving to you, to all of y'all. And if I and yeah, I hope everyone's having a good day. Nothing really special happened this weekend. Did extra little bit on my homework where I had to. We're finally covering something interesting, that's postfix notation, which is just a different way of reading math, and really it's supposed to be faster for computation, and I can believe computers doing it faster than humans doing it, but our assignment was to write a program to evaluate something written in postfix after we had an assignment to translate stuff into postfix. And as a bonus, I combined the two, because that was the professor's original intention, was for us to combine the two. And then he decided, no, your evaluation one doesn't have to be combine the two. And I'm like, well, but it's easy. Then I did it, and it was very easy. So that was that bit of funness. And now I have me thinking Canadian dishes I want to try, but oh well, that's what I get. On a day where I don't have really the time to work out an actual meal. If I had stuff going on earlier in the day, then I'd probably be able to cook out a meal, but yeah. Oh well, that happens. Till then, till anything next happens, just gonna be relaxing, trying to get a headache to go away, but whatever. Yeah, I'm just taking a minute after class to record a moment because, well, I'm sort of feel like I'm almost on the cusp of an illness or something like that, or just not feeling too well and just want to rest a bit. So, yay! Really, still nothing really happening in class. Started going over search algorithms and sort algorithms. Nothing. Really nothing new. We covered those even in all of the build-ups to this class, so yeah. Just
I don't know, just killing time right now. While I cool down a little, and I'm really not feeling that. I don't know. Still had a good time. A lot of laughs. Will admit that they were at one student's expense most of the time, or not most of the time, at least half the time. The other half were at the teacher, but I don't know, just stupid questions, and highlighted one of them by when he said, one of the stupid questions is definitely highlighted when he said, "No more stupid questions," before asking a very, very stupid question. But, oh well. I don't know. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes you get those types of students. It's okay. Everyone has their own different way of learning, different styles. So you learn to accept them, and they're not bad people. I mean, good people still. And not like he's totally lost, as far as I know. But yeah, just also prep for a test on Wednesday, but no real big deal on that if it's similar to the sample test we got. Yeah, just cooling down. I mean, I already played a bunch of Pokemon Shuffle, so I have nothing else to do. So yeah, see y'all in a bit. If I do record a bit more, hopefully I will. It's always fun. And I hope you're all doing well still. Yeah, just a couple last thoughts to close off the night. I was thinking about what I had last said in the last clip. This is about different learning styles, and it's like, that's something I really like about like the episode testing 1 2 3. So how all of the different learning styles for the different main 6 are presented, and it's like, well, good doing notes, good doing some sort of audio-visual thing, and and that's one of the big complaints against my teachers, current data structures teacher, that most of the other students have, and I can agree with them easily, because his way is definitely not one that works for me. He does a lot of diagrams on the board without really much explanation of exactly how they work, or with any code backing them up, and it's a bit of a hard to follow way. I tend to go to like YouTube videos and Google searches to actually learn some of this material and actually see some example code on, in order to get an idea of what the hell I'm supposed to do in some of these cases. I'm just thinking of like some other teachers. One of the ones I used to have, he did a lot of visual style like that, drawing pictures, but he presented it in a way with like a lot of intense explanations, had the code alongside it, so we would be able to follow along. So that was a good way of doing it. Remember when I was doing some stuff with a teaching program, one of the teachers we do a lot of work with, he was like the head science teacher at the San Luis High School, San Luis Obispo High School, just to get the whole thing out there. Physics teacher too, so really cool. He did what they said. I think he said it was method teaching, something like that, where he'd give his lecture, standard physics lecture stuff with like all of the equations, explanations, and stuff. But when it came to doing like quiz reviews and homework review stuff, the class was arranged so that there were like groups of 4 students, and each one would get a whiteboard and have to work out one of the problems according to their notes in homework or whatever, and do it and present, and then have them teach it to the rest of the class. Which was he said it was a really effective manner, and I really thought it was a cool one. One of the chem teachers at that school, he liked to do. He was a big 49ers fan, so one of the things he drilled into the class, I went to a couple of his earlier lectures, but he drilled into them then that he's a big 49ers fan, so he's going to work in the number 49 or something else relating to the team in all of his homework assignments. So even if you got lost and didn't really know what you're doing, you sort of had an idea of what numbers you're supposed to be looking for a final answer. So I thought that was a good way of doing it to a teacher class, what you might expect from them and what give them an expected answer. So one of my high school chem teacher, he did a lot of breaking away from the normal lecture style and just trying and have us be more actively engaged in, like, this is how he did, not necessarily doing the experiments, but doing examples similar to what we're going to be covering. Like one that he did a lot, and a friend from my cooking classes, he was trying to incorporate into his teaching, because he is like biology and chem at I don't think I ever caught which school he is at, but that's a good thing. But somewhere here in the Sacramento area. What my teacher and my friend want to do is put cooking in, because that's a lot of balancing equations. That's working out chemistry and chemical reactions and that sort of stuff, and that's a really interesting thing. That's a fun thing. I like using some of that really basic high school chemistry stuff as tricks that some of my physics peers didn't even know. It's like, take this say bottle of soda, or like this bottle of water, or some sort. Put it here, get it really cold, open it, bam, it will instantly freeze. And you do that with like club soda or mineral water too, where would mineral water work? I don't think mineral water work. I know like club soda, carbonated drinks, that works, where you can get its internal temperature down below freezing, and then open it and it'll freeze instantly as the carbonation gets out, and it turns back more into regular water, which will then be below zero. So it's a lot of interesting tricks, and that's the sort of stuff like my chemistry teacher did. So there are ways to get you engaged, and I don't know, I just like thinking about the different teaching styles and stuff like that, and what really works. Very introspective episode, and so yeah, just what I've been thinking today, when my head doesn't hurt from just thinking. But hey, anyway, thanks for watching. If you learned something, I'm sorry. But have a good one, and see you around.